everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Leo and let's do some more Leetcode problems today. Today's problem is called simplified path. We were given an absolute path for a Unix style system, which always begins with a slash, and our task is to transform this absolute path into a simplified canonical path. So the rules are a single period represents the current directory and a double period represents the previous or parent directory. And multiple consecutive slashes are treated as a single slash, and any sequence of periods that does not match the rules of these two will be treated as a valid directory or file name. And the output, the simplified canonical path, will start with a single slash, and directories within the path must be separated by exactly one slash, and the path must not end with a slash. If it's the root directory, it will only have this slash at the end. The path must not have any single or double periods used to denote current or parent directories, so we have to take care of this and return the simplified canonical path. Okay, so this looks pretty simple, but if you're not familiar with it, you can take a look at this. It means you have to go to the previous or parent directory, right? So this reminds us of a stack, because every time we see this double dots, we will pop from the end of the stack. Okay, and let's take a look at examples. So the first one is this, and the simplified output will be this. We can see this slash cannot appear at the end of a simplified canonical path unless it's a root path. So this is definitely not a root path, root directory. So we can take the output like this. Okay, and about this one, the double slash should be treated as one slash. So we will take this to be a single slash, and we will remove the single slash at the end. Okay, and about this one, we encounter this double periods. So once we hit here, we have to go back a bit. So since now we're in documents directory, and if we go up, we have to go to user, and then we can append the pictures under user. Okay, so that's why the output is like this. And also for this, since we don't have a upper level of directory, we will do nothing with this. Okay, and remove this one, the slash, we will have the root directory like this. Okay, so this is a more interesting example. So this is 3 periods, and this should be treated as a name of the directory. So we should keep it. And here, this one, we encountered a double period, so we will have to go back to its upper level and then continue to go with B, C, and then we encounter this one again. So we go back. So we have the 3 dots, B and D. Then we have the single dot, which means the current directory. So we don't do anything here. We just remove the slash at the end. Okay, so the final result will look something like this. Okay, so now let's look at how to solve this. Okay, as I said, I am thinking of a stack. Okay, let's take a stack over here. So let's take example 5 as an example. Okay, so the first thing we encounter is 3 dots. Okay, nothing, it's perfectly fine. Oh, well, one thing I have to mention is how can we get all these stuff here? Before we do anything, we have to split it. Split it with forward slash. Okay, so we can get to the name of the directory. Okay, so the first thing we have in the stack is the 3 dots, and then A. Then every time we hit a double dot, we don't save it in the stack. Instead, we pop it. We pop the outermost element from the stack, and if it's empty, we do nothing. Okay, and then the next thing is B, then C, then we encounter the double dot again, so we pop it up, and then D, and then the dot, we do nothing, and that's the end of the stack. So the next thing is we need to use a string builder to build the canonical path. And as we saw, it starts from a single slash, and then the first element, like the first directory, then a single slash again, next directory, single slash, next directory. And that's the final result we need. Okay, now let's code it out. First, we need a stack. Then we need a string array to save the splitted strings, okay? So path. Okay, for each string, in this parts array, if it's null or empty, like if it's dot, or is empty, we do nothing. Okay, we do nothing. And else, if P, if P equals the double dot, we pop from the end of the stack, but we have to make sure that the stack is not empty. So if stack is not empty, we will pop from stack. Okay, if it's empty, we do nothing. Okay, and else, that's the normal strings, so we just have to append it into the stack. Okay, and when we go out, we will use a string builder. And for the strings in the stack, we will append the forward slash first, and then we append the element there. Okay, and we will return sb2 string. Okay, but there's something we need to check. What if we don't have anything in the stack? That's a empty stack. Okay, so we have to make sure that the stack or sb.length is larger than 0. Okay, so if it's larger than 0, we can build it out, turn it to string, and if not, we will just make it a root directory. Okay, let's submit it to see. Oh, okay, sorry. Part path. Okay, perfect. And for the complexity, so we're using a stack, so we're actually going through this stack or every element almost twice, but it's still considered n. And as for space complexity, the largest we could go is the length of the string, the input string, so it should be n as well. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helps you, and if you like the video, please like and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video.